Kansas addresses opioid awareness, and Freeman Health System expands its telehealth services for students. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, crews respond to a fire at an oil refinery in southeast Kansas. Plus, residents in Coffeyville take in a town hall meeting about opioid awareness. And a Southwest Missouri college offers incentives to cultivate some homegrown talent.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Live Healthy Montgomery County sponsored a town hall opioid awareness event this evening. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. 4-staters gathered at the Best Western Liberty Center in Coffeyville to learn about opioid drugs, the issues opioids create in our communities, and how we can support prevention. An expert panel discussed the effects of fentanyl and opioid use in Montgomery County. And guest speaker Sean Campiti shared his story of resilience after losing his own son in 2023. Crews today battled a refinery fire in Coffeyville. CVR Energy officials say the fire started in a unit at the Coffeyville refinery around 2 p.m. This is video sent to us shortly after the incident. One contract worker was taken to the hospital for treatment due to an unrelated personal medical issue. The company says all employees have been accounted for. The fire is extinguished. An investigation is underway. The Chanute, Kansas Fire Department has released additional information regarding a house fire and possible explosion. Yesterday, crews responded to a report of a structure fire with an explosion at 628 West 16th Street. Well, now authorities confirmed that one occupant was treated and transported to an area hospital. The Kansas Fire Marshal's office is investigating the cause. Authorities investigate the cause of this house fire in Nevada, Missouri. That fire happened last night at the 300 block of South Adams. Emergency crews found fire coming out of the side windows. They managed to get the fire under control in about 15 minutes, but as you can see, the house is heavily damaged. No injuries were reported to firefighters or residents, but 2 pets died in that fire. One person died in a crash in Galena, Kansas this morning. This was at K26 and US 400 around 11:30. The newly reconfigured intersection opened in June of last year. Authorities have not released many details on this crash yet. Look for updates on KOAMnewsnow.com. A head-on collision in Newton County, Missouri claims the life of one man. This crash happened just after 7 this morning, west of Missouri 86 and Norway Road. A Jeep heading west went to pass traffic, then hit another car head-on. The man driving the Jeep died at the scene. The driver of the other car was taken non-emergency to the hospital. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather.
Well, of course, super cold for us today. High temp, only 20 degrees. In fact, we started at 0, which is our coldest temperature that we have seen so far this winter season. Well below our average high of 45, record high 73, set back in 1957. 16 in Joplin, 18 in Pittsburgh. Thankfully, we're pretty close to our overnight lows. We're actually going to start to rise a little bit after midnight toward dawn due to southerly winds. But of course, the southerly winds, when it's this cold, it gives you a wind chill factor, and that's what we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours. We will get gusts tomorrow, kind of that 30 upwards to 35 mile per hour range. Not a whole bunch going on. We do have a few little clouds kind of skirting in with a weak wave passing to our north. Then will give us partly sunny skies over the next couple days, but a slow warming trend. We're going to look at that here in a bit.
See you soon. With flu season in full swing, Freeman Health System is expanding a way for students at Joplin Middle School to access affordable and convenient health care during the school day. KOAM's Lonnie Walton shows us how Freeman's telemedicine program works.
That is allowing you a much more thorough examination and assessment that takes place right from your school nurse's office.
Renee Denton is the Chief Operating Officer for Freeman Hospital in Neosho. She says there's a more convenient way to get your child evaluated for an illness right in the nursing office.
Provider at another site is able to utilize the equipment to look into the ears, the nose, the throat. We have a stethoscope. They're able to listen to heart and lung sounds.
Denton says this program allows your child to get diagnosed and get a prescription.
Perhaps they have a temperature that's too high to remain at school. You then know that that visit has already been taken place. You then just have to come and pick up your child from school, maybe go and pick up the prescription that's been called in for you, and then you're ready to go home.
Superintendent of Schools in Joplin, Carrie Saketa, says one of the district's goals is to get students healthy and back in school as quickly as possible.
They're in our care when they're here. They're supposed to be here. Once they enroll in school, we expect them to be here every day, and they can't learn if they're not here.
If you're worried about what's happening during your child's visit, Denton says parents can watch virtually.
They're able to actually look and see into their ears, their child's ear canal.
And the cost?
We accept all insurances. If a child or a staff member has no insurance, then we have a very affordable flat fee.
Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Denton says even if a parent cannot afford to pay or doesn't have insurance, they will never turn anyone away. Connie College hopes to encourage more area students to attend with the Dream Big, Stay Close program. The Women's College in Nevada will offer free tuition to eligible women in Barton, Bates, Cedar, Date, St. Clair, and Vernon counties. Students who qualify will need to be full-time students and qualify for the full federal Pell Grant and the Missouri Access Grant. Program organizers hope this will encourage people to attend who might not have been able to before.
Really, this is a way for us to make sure that high school students, transfer students, adult women, they all have opportunities to pursue higher education without having to leave this area that they call home.
The Dream Big, Stay Local program will be available for students enrolling for this upcoming fall semester. Art enthusiasts in Joplin learn strategies and how to talk to lawmakers. That story is coming up. And a Miami organization works to help people stay warm during the sub-freezing temperatures. President Trump is wrapping up his first full day in office. Immigration and AI infrastructure are two of his immediate focus points. Erica Brown has the latest.
Not too exciting, was it? I didn't think it was a good service, no.
President Trump began the first full day of his second term with criticism for the traditional prayer service held the morning after the inauguration. One of the speakers delivered this message to Trump.
I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away.
As Trump plans possible mass deportations, some communities, including Evanston, Illinois, are trying to prepare illegal immigrants.
We know that there's a possibility that our residents will be under threat, and we want to arm and empower them with every piece of information.
The Department of Homeland Security announced illegal immigrants can now be arrested at sensitive locations like churches and schools. Over 20 states have sued to stop Trump's executive order to end birthright citizenship, which guarantees U.S.-born children are citizens regardless of their parents' status.
An executive order does not have the power to override the Constitution.
Hello, everybody.
Trump wrapped up his day with remarks about billions of dollars in private sector investment to build a supercomputer that will help develop the next generation of artificial intelligence. The new venture called Stargate will start with a data center project in Texas.
This monumental undertaking is a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president.
The president also met with GOP congressional leaders as he moves his agenda forward. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
One of the president's cabinet nominees, Pete Hegseth, for Secretary of Defense, faces more scrutiny. His former sister-in-law told senators in a sworn affidavit he abused alcohol during his marriage to his second wife and caused her to fear for her safety. Art advocates in Southwest Missouri took in a training session at the Cornell Complex in Joplin today. It's in preparation for the annual Missouri Arts Advocacy Week. Participants received materials and Joplin-specific information to help them convey the importance of the arts to state lawmakers.
Just to bolster the efforts of Missouri Citizens for the Arts, which they also have their own advocacy workshop that will go on virtually, but we're all preparing for Arts Advocacy Week in the state of Missouri, which is when arts advocates make a concerted effort to communicate the importance of state funding for the arts with their legislators.
Connect to Culture will follow up with a virtual statewide training session on Thursday. Missouri Arts Advocacy Week begins on February 3rd. Financial website Wallet Hub released a list of the best and worst states to drive in, and most of the 4 states did pretty well. Very well in the case of the Sunflower State, which was ranked the best state in the nation to drive. The website looked at factors such as gas prices to rush hour traffic congestion to road quality. Other states in our area that ranked high included Oklahoma at number 5, Arkansas at number 19. Missouri was the only state in our area to not finish in the top 25. The Show Me State finished all the way down at number 41. A little later, a Missouri artist shows off his latest tribute to his favorite football team.
Plus another cold night tonight, but we do start to warm back up. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, a super cold day for us today. High temp, only 20 degrees, and we're sitting into the mid-teens right now. At least we're not going to drop off too much more as we go through the overnight hours. Great shot this are Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Tower Cam in just outside of Seneca, Missouri. But we do have pretty much clear skies. It's just cold. Only lower 20s yesterday. We dropped back to 0 for us today, back to 20 during the afternoon. Most of us across the board mid-teens at this point in time. We're pretty close to our overnight low, which is good. In fact, we'll slowly rise a bit as we get past dawn, or after midnight tonight toward dawn, as this Arctic air slowly starts to retreat. Still 1 in Madison, Chicago, 9 in Cape Girardeau, Dallas sitting at 25 degrees. So most of the country has been dealing with the Arctic air across the region. Winds are going to pick up late tonight into tomorrow. Winds gusting 30 to 35. This helps us warm up, but it also gives us a wind chill, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. The winds are still going to be breezy on Thursday, but they'll come down just a little bit. So wind chill factors by morning, once again, near 0, maybe a couple notches below. And even though we're going to go into the upper 30s for highs, the wind chill factor is going to sit kind of 20 to 23 throughout the daytime hours. Pretty much clear skies, few little clouds kind of shooting through. Big national story, all the snow from about 3 inches in Houston, nearly a foot in New Orleans, all the way through the panhandle of Florida and now pushing up towards Savannah. But look at some of these amounts where you get into this darker blue. We are talking at least 6 inches and then upwards to 10 just outside of New Orleans. Also another little pocket once you get into the panhandle of Florida. So there's been a lot of snow. We don't have any back here. In fact, we don't even have a snowpack, which is good because our temperatures would be much colder if we did have a snowpack. Weak little wave will kind of be in and out of the clouds as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. All right, so these darker colors or brighter colors, this is showing us where the Arctic air is. We still are pretty cold the rest of the week, even though we are going to start to warm up. This colder air starts to retreat as we get into the weekend. Have another little system that kind of drops in. We'll keep our eyes on as we get through the second half of the weekend that will push toward us. But look at how the Arctic air just kind of dissipates, especially as we get into next week, which is good. We'll get back to normal. All right, so we'll rise near 20 during the morning hours. Should get above freezing as we get into the middle of the day. And I think most of us 37, 38, 39 degrees. Few clouds, couple flurries, maybe a quick snow shower, not a big deal. Late tomorrow into tomorrow night and then again on Thursday. We'll start Thursday lower 20s. We'll get into the mid 30s for afternoon highs. So at least we're going into the 30s the next couple days. 20 in the morning, 33 by noon, 37 by 4. High temp of 38 on your Wednesday. 35 Thursday, but 43 on Friday, 47 on Saturday. We should get a few showers moving in Saturday evening into Sunday morning, back down to 36. But then we're looking at mid to upper 50s just 1 week away, which is going to be nice.
Yeah, it sounds remarkable.
It does.
Heat wave. Thanks, Shug. In this current cold weather, the Oklahoma Emergency Response Team is helping people in Miami who live on the streets. Their facility doors are open and they provide warm beds, shelter, food, showers, and more to people in need. The owner also wants to help people find employment and permanent housing. They partner with the Peoria tribe to provide backpacks filled with resources for people living on the street. The organization is a nonprofit that operates mostly on grants and is open to donations.
We buy people's groceries, we may buy gas for them, we try to help with electric bills, so a lot of times that money comes and goes very fast.
Aldridge wants you to know if you see someone on the streets in the cold, you can point them in the direction of the shelter for help. Still ahead, Pitt State softball previews its 2025 season, and day 2 of the Lancer Classic basketball tournament tips off. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
The Division II college softball season is just 10 days away, and Pittsburgh State is coming off a 2024 campaign where it won the MIAA regular season title and hosted a regional in the NCAA tournament. Well, this morning, the NFCA releases its 2025 Division II preseason poll. Pittsburgh State doesn't get inside the top 25. Gorillas just missed making it, though. They're in the receiving votes category. They're just about 6 votes away from that number 25 spot, which is occupied by fellow MIAA team Central Oklahoma. Only other MIAA squad in the top 25 is Rogers State, up at 9. But the new look Gorillas are excited to get the season started and to prove themselves.
You're going to see a lot of excitement on the field, a lot of energy, very similar to last year's style and what they did there. But you're going to see some new faces, some new people step up. You know, the team lost 3 All-Americans from last year, and so, you know, that means they got to be replaced, and it's going to be replaced in a lot of different ways. And so you're going to get to know some new players that have been on the roster for a while and get to see them and see finally get their time to shine.
It's been a little seamless. I think that we have a really good group of kids, and I think that we all really love each other, love the game, and really understand what Coach Barnes wants for us and Coach Shoemaker as well.
Day 2 of the Lancer Classic basketball tournament tips off this evening at Southeast High School, and all 4 girls quarterfinals take place tonight. Day 2 of the 33rd annual Lancer Classic, Parsons girls hoops faces Neodesha. Both sides start a little bit cold from the field. Couple minutes in, Prayer Roebuck can't get her first shot to go, but she stays with it and converts on the second chance opportunity. That puts Neodesha up 4-0. Parsons answers with a 3-pointer courtesy of Cadence Ball. That brings the Vikings within 1. But then the ladies' streaks start to heat up. Catch and shoot from the corner, and Allison Stover knocks in a long 2. Final seconds of the quarter, Trinity Bell wide open at the top of the key. She drains a 3-pointer. We go ahead to the second quarter. More of the same. Samantha Stover gets in on the action. She knocks down another from beyond the arc. Lady Streaks are starting to run away with it. Brooklyn Becker gets the shot to drop here, plus the foul. Neodesha handles Parsons 70-39 in the opening round of the Lancer Classic. Lady Streaks go on to the semis of the winners bracket on Friday night. Well, one of the top high school football players in Southeast Kansas announces on social media this week he's committed to a Division I school. Girard High School senior Scott Moore has verbally committed to play football at the University of Delaware, who is transitioning to the FBS, that's the highest level of college football, as a member of Conference USA. Moore received first-team All-State honors during his senior season with the Trojans. Another high school basketball note I want to mention, Webb City plays tonight, and on the boys team, Holton Keith gets his 1,000th career point for the Cardinals.
Congratulations to him. We'll be right back. Hey, don't forget you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. The player is also available on our news and weather apps as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime. It's absolutely free, the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. Chiefs fans are counting down the days until they can once again witness the artistry of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on the football field, specifically this football field. But one Chiefs fan feels the need to express his own artistry. Chandler Watkins introduces us to Jeff Parson, also known as the Fearless Jackrabbit.
You've either seen his work on TV, online, or in person driving down Gateway Avenue in Riverside. Local artist Jeff Parson has been putting up these displays for years. We caught up with him as he was working on the soon-to-be newest edition ahead of the AFC Championship.
Today we are working on Kareem Hunt. We're going to celebrate the running game because we're going to need it this week. I'm glad Josh Allen pulled it out because I love the Chiefs-Bills rivalry. I just love it.
As Parson describes it, the Chiefs have been playing blood pressure football all year.
It's come down to the last play, a toe on the line, a missed field goal, a blocked field goal, and it's been a heck of a lot of fun, and I'm loving this era of Chiefs football.
He's expecting just about anything to happen on Sunday.
It wouldn't surprise me if in this game, a meteor comes down, hits the 50-yard line, Patrick Mahomes throws it through the fire, Travis Kelce catches it in the smoke in the end zone, downs it for a touchdown, game over, and everybody will still say the referees helped us win.
Of course, it would be nice for another Chiefs win, as he's already preparing to add another player to the display, Creed Humphrey. Just not yet.
Every game this year, he's worn a shirt that said, "This is my Ravens shirt," or "This is my Chargers shirt." And I was going to put, "This is my Super Bowl shirt," but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm not going to jinx it.
Parsons also known for leaving his work around the area, but signed the Fearless Jackrabbit. He says fearless is what he encourages people to be as the best version of themselves each day. We're not quite sure where the jackrabbit part comes from. If he believes that meteor is going to come down during the game, he got to put some money on that on Vegas. Somebody get really good payoff on it. The weather, it's going to be cold again.
It is. It's going to be mid-teens tonight. Very windy tomorrow. So even though we go to 38, still is going to feel kind of like what we had today. But we're going in the right direction. A little hiccup on Thursday, back to 43 Friday, 47 on Saturday. So we are warming up. Also wanted to mention when the snow down south, the all-time record in Florida was 4 inches. They're at 10 right now.
Wow.
It's Pensacola, Florida. Yeah.
They don't know what to do with that. They do not know how to drive or walk or shovel it. They don't have shovels. Final sports note.
Fairland High School softball has had an especially strong senior class this year. Again, tomorrow another Lady Owl will be signing to play at the college level.
All right. Look forward to hearing more about that. Thanks for joining us. Morning Show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.